Williams attorneys and prosecutors for the state each had a chance to make their case before the governor this morning. Now, we'll talk to one of Williams' attorneys in a moment, but first, NBC's Jennifer London is in Sacramento, where the meeting with the governor was held. Jennifer, exactly how did this work today?
Well, Dan, the meeting lasted a little over an hour, and attorneys from both sides made their argument for and against clemency to California's Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. The meeting happened in private behind closed doors, and upon its conclusion, neither side was willing to give details as to what was said behind those closed doors. They did hold a brief news conference, and we heard from one of Williams' attorneys, Peter Fleming. Again, he would not give details as to what transpired during the meeting. He only reiterated their position, their reason for clemency, saying Williams' life is one worth saving and that he has been redeemed. But if you speak to attorneys representing the state of California, they will tell you
the 4-decade-old battle to bring Roman Polanski to justice has taken a new twist. Lawyers for the Oscar-winning director have gone to court, asking a Los Angeles judge to sentence the filmmaker while he remains in Switzerland on a 1977 charge of having sex with a 13-year-old girl. A full hearing on the request of Polanski's lawyer, Chad Hummel, will be heard on January 22. But already prosecutors have indicated they will fight the bid, telling the court the director should face justice in California and not from the comforts of his chalet in the Swiss Alps. Deputy District Attorney David Walgren.
But the people are adamant and feel that the integrity of the system requires that a fugitive not dictate the terms of this court's processes.
76-year-old Polanski is under house arrest in Switzerland, while his lawyers fight extradition to the United States.
Roman Polanski said nothing since arriving at his Swiss chalet under house arrest while he fights extradition. But his lawyer said plenty in court in Los Angeles, describing what they called, quote, an astonishing record of misconduct 30 years ago that might have sent Polanski to prison longer than he plea bargained for.
I would like you to dismiss the case on this record. There is no dispute. There is no evidence in the record, nothing that disputes this serious misconduct.
The DA's fighting dismissal so far as winning. A lower court's ruled before anything happens, Polanski has to come back. The DA is asking the appellate judges to uphold that.
A defendant does not have the right to choose which of the orders of a court he is going to obey.
Why is it that you won't talk about this pending case?
As for the allegations of misconduct years ago, the DA's people won't talk.
A big break in the case of a Clear Lake college student who was last seen a year and a half ago while attending college in California. Eyewitness News reporter Christine Dobbin has been following the search since the summer of 2007 and joins us with the latest now. Christine?
Gina, the family of Donna Jo has waited for almost 2 years for answers about how she died. The man police suspected all along made a plea deal, even agreeing to a face-to-face meeting today with the family of the Clear Lake native.
How do you now plead to that charge?
Guilty. 36-year-old John Stephen Burgess pleaded guilty in a Los Angeles courtroom to involuntary manslaughter and concealment of accidental death for his role in the death of 19-year-old Donna Jo. Burgess told the judge he met Jo on Craigslist. Then she came to a party at this rented home in the Palms area of L.A. on June 23, 2007. He says he gave Jo drugs and alcohol that night. The next morning, I woke up and she was gone.
What do you mean gone?
She was dead. And I panicked and got scared. Then Burgess, who is also a registered sex offender, says he took Jo's body to his sailboat. I gave her to the sea.
Did you say you gave her to the sea?
Yes, sir.
Did you put her body in the ocean?
Yes, sir. Donna Jo graduated from Clear Lake High School in 2006. The honors student went on to San Diego State and dreamed of becoming a neurosurgeon. Burgess says he has shown detectives where he placed her body in the water.
Deputy DA David Walgren prosecuted him.
It was a horrendous crime.
To avoid the death penalty, Salinas pleaded guilty.
Of the crime of murder in the first degree.
And Judge Michael Pastor sentences him to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
You accept your sentence, Mr. Salinas? Yes? Yes.
Remarkably, Juan's grandchildren helped to take the death penalty off the table.
They wanted to grant mercy to Mr. Salinas. They were very supportive of life without the possibility of parole sentence.
Thank you, Mr. Walgren.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people neither commented on his criminal record nor said that bail should be deviated because he owes child support. I think the People's Declaration is quite clear what we've asked for. Number one, the standard scheduled bail is $25,000, as the court has indicated. The people asked this court to impose a bail of $300,000. We think that's appropriate under the circumstances, given the crime and given our assurance that we want him to appear at all future court appearances. What I did indicate in our declaration, Your Honor, is that he was born in a foreign country, Grenada, where he still maintains close ties. He apparently has a child in Trinidad, where he still apparently, from the evidence, maintains close ties. He's also been threatened by a Las Vegas bench officer with a bench warrant in order to gain compliance for that court's orders previously. He's been subject of a default judgment for failing to appear, I believe, just last week in a civil lawsuit. He's been subject to numerous liens, evictions, and lawsuits due to his inability to take responsibilities for his actions. And the people feel this all reflects on his willingness and his ability to abide by this court's order to show up to court. In light of that, the people ask this court to impose bail in the amount of $300,000, a reasonable and appropriate bail given the circumstances. The people ask that he be remanded into custody and booked and processed on that bail. The people further ask that he surrender his passport and ask the court to impose appropriate travel restrictions should he be released. Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, is there anything else people want to add?
No, I don't. Just briefly, Your Honor, the people did not say he didn't have financial means. The people said he's financially irresponsible and he doesn't live up to his financial obligations. The people feel that is an appropriate factor to consider and to determine how he values his obligations and how he would value his obligations to this court to show up. We're concerned about travel in and out of the country as well as travel in and out of the state. I would ask that he seek court permission or permission from a probation officer before he does such travel. Your Honor, may I be heard?
Sure.
We'd ask that that order also be expanded to cover not just California and Texas, but also Nevada and Hawaii and anywhere else he may be currently licensed in the United States of America.
Judge.
Again, Your Honor, we'd like it expanded to cover all the states, including California, Texas, Hawaii, Nevada. And to be clear, the court's made it clear, I believe, that it does cover propofol.
Yes, absolutely. So anywhere that you practice medicine, anywhere you're licensed to practice medicine, anywhere in any of the states of the United States that you're licensed to practice medicine, these restrictions apply.